What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wes Grant. You're watching Sub Urban Nerd. This is a channel where I give my nerd views on today's nerd news. First topic on the nerd rundown is... Actually, I talked about this yesterday briefly. Well, not briefly, but I talked about it yesterday where J.J. Abrams is taking over directing Star Wars Episode 9 for Colin Trevorrow. And I already explained in that old video I already told, or yesterday's video I already said what I thought about, him taking over, which I believe is a good thing. He started the new trilogy, so it's kind of good that he ends the new trilogy. But what the news is about is that Disney has decided to give him a little bit more time, because the movie was initially supposed to come out in May 2019, which a lot of people was wondering why, because I guess that was the old Star Wars date, month that the movie used to come out when it first came out. But since the Star Wars Force Awakens, everyone thought it was just prime that Star Wars movies just come out in December, because it just kills it every time. Star Wars Force Awakens, Star Wars Rogue One, the Star Wars Last Jedi, it's coming out and it's cleaning up. Like, December should now be the Star Wars month, but they were still for some reason trying to push it to that, I guess because of the Han Solo. But hey, this is something that I'm not upset about. Like, it makes more sense to come out during December, because you can make that money with that with the figures and the action figures and the toys, just anything, like it just makes more sense. And you know me about get that money, that's how they should do it. But that's what's going on with the Star Wars movie. It's being moved from May to December. But Disney also put like a slate of movies that they're coming out with, and one of the movies that took the old spot of the Star Wars Episode 9 is Aladdin, Disney's new Aladdin, which is going to be, Will Smith going to be voicing the genie, which I think is excellent casting, because he has his own personality, he has his own charisma. So I definitely could see Will Smith bringing his own like flair to the whole genie thing, because nothing can replace Robin Williams. But the Broadway play, the guy that does the voice, I hear he does a pretty good job. I haven't seen the play myself, but I've heard it on the commercial, and he sounds pretty good at it. So I can definitely see Will Smith doing a great job. And it's being put in the May 24th, 2019. Another movie that Disney has announced on its slate is untitled Christopher Robin film with Ewan McGregor that's going to be playing in it, and that's going to be for August 3rd, 2018, next year. But I'm not sure, like a Disney movie, Christopher Robin's, I'm not sure if this, because I've heard of like I think like two, because for some reason with Disney would be coming out with a movie and then another company would be coming out with a movie. Like before that, I think there was two Snow Whites, then there was a Jungle Book, the one that Jon Favreau directed, but there's supposed to be another one that's supposed to be coming out, but I guess it's been pushed back so much, probably because the Jon Favreau one did so well that they're not trying to step on no toes, or that they don't think they're going to make enough, because it's going to be compared to such a great movie. But so Christopher Robin, when he's an adult, I guess, and Winnie the Pooh, or if this is origin, I'm not too sure about this thing, but hey, that's the slate for that. Nicole, which is a Santa Claus's Daughter, a movie. There's so many of these movies that have come out where someone's taken over the place of Santa Claus, whether it be the Santa Claus with Tim Allen, or the one with Vince Vaughn. I don't know the name of it, but there's been so many. Like, there's been Hallmark movies where someone's taken over for Santa Claus, so I don't really care too much about it. But Anna Kendrick is going to be the daughter, so she's a great actress, so maybe because she's in it, it might have a little clout. So I don't know, I'll keep my eye on that. But one of the last movies, well, that was supposed to be coming out November 8th, 2019, but one of the last movies that they have on the slate is a movie called Artemis Fowl. It's supposed to be coming out on August 9th, 2019. But I did a little bit of research on it, because I didn't know what this Artemis Fowl was. It's a science fiction story, but basically the author described it as Die Hard with fairies, which I don't know if he's just saying that just to get people amped, like, oh, Die Hard, I like Die Hard. But I was reading the description, and it's basically the main character, his father disappears under mysterious circumstances, and the family is like, the like one of those boss mob kind of families, so they start losing their fear. Like, the people that fear them start losing some of that. They start losing their money, their riches, and the kid comes up with a plan to solve that issue. And it's basically, you're following the adventures of Artemis Fowl, a 12-year-old criminal mastermind, where he he basically kidnaps a fairy for a large amount of gold. So I don't know how that sounds like Die Hard, but maybe. And he's supposed to be the antagonist or something because he's a criminal mastermind. So I don't think he's a good guy. I don't know if they're gonna do anti-hero kind of thing, but regardless of the fact, that's the gist of what that storyline is. And I'm not too interested. We'll see. Maybe when the trailer comes out, I'll be more interested. But that's as far as the lineup for Disney. One of the things I want to talk about is I don't know if this is nerd news so much, but there was this movie called The Disaster Artist, and it's based off of this movie called The Room, which is supposedly the worst movie ever made. It's like one of those movies you watch where a group of people laugh, and then apparently there's a thing where you throw spoons at the screen, but it looks really good. It has what's it called? James Franco, his brother Dave Franco, Seth Rogen, and like it looks pretty good. It's like Oscar nomination kind of worthy. So I'm gonna stop talking about that because, like I said, it's not too much nerd news. But I saw the trailer; it looked interesting. Maybe you guys should check it out. And then there's another movie with Matt Damon called Downsizing, and I saw the trailer for that. And it's sort of like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, but more real as far as what people do. Like, apparently, if the economy is going so bad, if you want to save money, if you downsize and miniaturize, because a Norwegian scientist came up with the science to shrink people, and if you have like say 50 grand, when they downsize you, it equals to like 25 million or something, so you can live like a rich person. And then they created a whole civilization of people that miniaturize. So you have a mansion, you have these cars. Like they had this one scene that was funny at the end where Matt Damon was like, what the and it was basically a bottle of Absolute that they would turn a nozzle like it was like a water drainage, and it was just pouring into things. So one bottle of Absolute was good enough for the rest of them. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, it makes you wonder, like, would you shrink yourself if the little money you have would make you like rich as hell? I don't know. I look at the dangers of it because if there's raindrops are small to us now. If rain was to go or something, water, literally, bam, done, like 6 inches, town's flooded. That's where my mind went. I don't know, like they said they're secluded, so I don't think the environment's gonna hurt them like that. But for some reason, the smaller you are, and from watching Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, being smaller does not equal better. The world's trying to kill you regardless. You go out into the wilderness, regular size, you got mountain lions, you got jaguars, you got bears, you got wolves. I don't care. Everything's trying to kill you. Let you get shrunk down to this size. Man, you got gerbils trying to kill you at that point, so I'm not down for that. But like I said, if my $50 equal to like 500,000, I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. Check out the trailer if you guys think about that, if it's kind of interesting to you too. Also, there was a movie that came out, 47 Meters Down, with the sharks. So if you like Jaws and stuff like that, or like I watched a movie called The Shallows, which is okay, but apparently this one may be a little bit more fun. But apparently the movie did good, so they're coming out with a sequel, 48 Meters Down, which I guess these female scientists, they find an underwater cavern in Brazil where it's inhabited by great whites, which I don't know why you going down. Like, why do people try and go in the water for sharks? I don't know, but hey, they're coming out with that. As far as comic news, New Mutants director Josh Boone reveals they are wrapping up principal photography, which basically means that they've already recorded and shot everything that they need to shoot. They're just going to be in the editing room, putting it together and adding the digital graphics and all that stuff like that. So it's wrapping up pretty much what they're saying. They're almost done. As far as gaming terms, I think they call it going gold when it's completely done. So I guess they're close to that. Punisher reveals new posters and new pictures, which I'm definitely looking forward to the Punisher because he was badass in the whole Daredevil season 2 Netflix. But I'm kind of iffy because with the whole Disney kind of removing all their slate, people are wondering what's going to happen with the Netflix Marvel shows, which I think they still have an agreement, whatever, up to 2019, but I'm not sure. So hopefully they'll stay on because I would definitely like to see a lot more seasons of these shows because we've grown to like these shows. And if they take it away and put it on these Disney channels or whatever, like streaming systems, I really don't want to pay another thing. You know what I'm saying? Like the Marvel shows is what I'm here for most part. But yeah, they're the Punisher, he's going to be coming out soon. They don't have a release date yet, but I'm definitely looking forward to it when it comes out. Arrow the producer reveals that Deathstroke is back, and that might not be good for Joe Manganiello. That was supposed to be in the Matt. Oh, I don't know if it was a Matt Reeves, but it was Matt Reeves is the one in charge of the Batman movie now. But the original one where Ben Affleck was gonna direct and he was writing, there was gonna be Deathstroke in it, and I think that's why they took Deathstroke away from the Arrow show, because like they want to have him in this, sort of like how they did it with Bullseye. When Bullseye was on the show with Arrow, but then because they were gonna do the whole Suicide Squad and Will Smith was gonna be Bullseye, they kind of killed him off in the show. So I think that's kind of what happened. So now that the Deathstroke is back on Arrow, I guess that's bad news for Joe Manganiello, meaning that they're not going to be making, Deathstroke isn't going to be showing up anytime soon. But with Matt Reeves, he wants to do a more detective Batman, so I guess it's not going to be so action based, which I really hope it's like a little bit of combination of both, because Deathstroke, even though he's sort of like the physical equal to Batman, he's a smart guy. If you've seen Arrow and you saw how he just like broke down Oliver Queen's life, like Deathstroke could really make it a mystery, you know? So I'm hoping Joe's still on board sometime down the road, but for now, we're not seeing him. And last of all, I spoke about Patty Jenkins getting that money and getting a deal, renegotiating to direct Wonder Woman 2. She's getting, I believe, $7 to $9 million with some points on the back end, which basically, some extra things, whatever they add or whatever they make off of merchandise and all that, she kind of gets a little bit of extra money. That's where the real money kind of goes in. But she is the highest paid female director ever, which, congratulations to her. I don't know as far as how close she is to the males or whatever, but I'm sure she's probably past some males. But as far as females, she's the highest paid director, and she deserves it, because Wonder Woman was an amazing movie. I keep talking about it like I helped make it, but like it's a really good movie. Gal Gadot surpassed my expectations. She's beautiful, she's strong, she just kicked ass. So that's pretty much it for today's Nerd Rundown. Remember, if you like, subscribe. There's going to be notation on this side for yesterday's video, nerd news. So if you want, just check it out. Remember to like, and remember downstairs I have all the descriptions. If there's anything I think I want to put as far as for you to put links to, I'll try and put it down below. But until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm Wes Grant. This is Suburban Nerd, and you've just been nerdified. Catch you tomorrow.